G'day everyone, how's it going? Okay, so this is the summary of our fourth night and morning safaris here at Deramakot Forest Reserve. So, how did we go last night? Well, I'll show you how the night started, and what I'm about to show you lasted for more than an hour. Okay, so that's how it started. More than an hour, torrential downpour. So we weren't going anywhere fast, and that's okay. We got caught out in the rain late the night before. Fortunately, we'd done most of our photographing and video, but we weren't going to get caught out again, so we had to wait. It ended up being like an hour and a half. The rain died down a little bit, but not enough to go out. So we were supposed to go out at 7, ended up going out at 8:30, and then it started to rain again, and we weren't going to go too far and then get caught out in the middle of the rainforest and have to get saturated again. So went out for a shortish drive, so going out and saw virtually straight away another buffy fish owl, which I think we got video and definitely got a photo of, so I'll show you that. So it was just sitting there on a big signpost, so that was kind of cool. And then we were driving up, decided to turn back because the rain was picking up a little bit, and came across one of the animals that people look for here, or certainly I was. It's a real rarity. It's called the Colugo, so Colugo, and it's a species of one. So they've got the Malayan Colugo and the Filipino Colugo, and there's no other ones. They don't really, they try to relate it. They're not squirrels. They're not related to anything else, and they're gliders. And they're, from what I read, they're the only gliding mammal where the membrane for the glide goes all the way around the body. So over the fingertips, for want of a better word, over the ends of the toes, and all the way around. So they're quite an unusual creature, and you'll see in the video and the photos that I'm about to show you. So incredible, glad to see it. That was our fourth night, so we hadn't seen one, and sometimes you can see them every night, sometimes not. And the coloration in this is what I read, was it depends on the habitat. I thought it was a bit like sloth, which kind of get like a greeny mould or something like that on them, and they can be a greeny hue because of that. Mould is probably not the best word for it, but off the top of my head, but it isn't the greeny hue you see in this particular Colugo in the photos, because we had to use the infrared for the video. Is just habitat, so they can be slightly different, so greyish or yellowish or greenish, just depending where they are. So that was definitely a lifer for me, and glad that we got to knock that over. And as you can see with the pictures, I mean, we got great shots, so really happy. Then we went for a little drive further, saw a couple of civets on the road, couldn't get sort of close to them, and then the rain started to pour down again. So we called it an early night, went out, as I said, for about an hour or so, and then came back in, and that's just the luck of the draw out here in the rainforest. Sometimes the weather is inclement, and you have to just deal with it and move on. So went out this morning, very misty, obviously, from the rain for the night before. So, kind of a nice atmosphere. And I should mention that the atmosphere here is just stunning out here in Deramakot Forest Reserve. So, yeah, great atmosphere with the misty rainforest. So it was a quiet-ish drive. I'm just trying to remember what we saw. We came across a nice troop of pig-tailed macaques. We also saw some Bornean gibbons, but they tend to really go high up in the canopy. So we recorded the sound. If I didn't know any better from being out here, I'd think it was some sort of bird, but it's an incredible sound, so we'll play some of that for you as well, or for us as well, because we watch these videos back as they're holiday videos for us. So then we also saw some red leaf monkeys, but just glimpses, not enough to get any more video on. We saw elephant tracks, but it had already come and gone. It was definitely during the night, and it was still kind of good to see these big pad prints that are embedded because of the rain and that soften the soil on the tracks we drive down as well. So that was kind of cool to see that. Got a good look at a crested serpent eagle. Also got a couple of shots in flight of, well, we saw a wreathed hornbill, but literally flew over just enough to view it. I got a couple of decent shots of rhinoceros hornbill in flight. It's kind of cool. I think we may have a little bit of video as well, but you know, when they weren't in flight, the light wasn't great. It was overcastish by then, so it didn't have a nice blue background or anything else like that. So I did my best on the fly because they kind of just came flying across pretty quickly. And then an Asian black hornbill, and the photo turned out, considering how far away it was and the background not being very contrasty, I actually got a half decent shot, but you can definitely recognise what it is as a hornbill, and you know, a nice big bird in flight. So that was really nice as well. And yes, and on the way back, that crested serpent eagle we got as well. So we got a little bit of video and some photos of that. So that was the morning. There were signs, and we could hear orangutans, but they were just set back into the forest. You could hear them breaking branches and stuff like that, and they didn't come out. So no harm, no foul. We moved on. We had our 5 orangutan day the day before. So anyway, we've got one more drive tonight. So that goes for about 4 hours. So we're doing another video on that. Never know what's going to happen, but I'll do that and then a summary video after it as well. So a video on the night's drive, and I might combine that with a summary of our whole trip. And hopefully I'll nail that down, because there's a lot to unpack as far as, again, I've mentioned the accommodation a bit and things like that, but just to accompany our guides, the food and everything else like that. And hopefully I'll be able to cover off on all those things if you're interested in coming to Deramakot Forest Reserve in Borneo. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.